So you've decided to take the PMP exam and you want to save time and money while increasing your chances of passing on the first try. Here are 6 deadly mistakes you want to avoid while choosing the right course so you can pass the PMP exam stress-free. Let me say it again, stress-free. Now you've heard the PMP exam is one of the hardest exams out there. Even the application takes hours to complete. Or you've heard the questions are written in a way that confuses you, so you give up or give in, then fail. How about the fact that questions are long and wordy? And now you need to know waterfall and Agile methodologies. As president of PMI's second largest chapter, San Francisco Bay Area, I saw over 14,000 project managers make the same mistakes, and I want you to avoid them at all costs. Now, like most, your goal is to pass the PMP exam on your first try. The first try. So, like most, you begin to research options. You find online self-studies, which have the lowest cost. Now, this is perfect if you have tons of time, don't mind reading technical documents, and can easily grasp the concept solo. Now, you also see semester-long courses taught at colleges and universities. Now, this is great for those who don't mind devoting most of their lives to PMI and shelling out university-level prices. You then see the popular boot camps. Now, this is for those who want to become PMP as fast as possible and want to be guided through the journey. Now, following the boot camp path, like most, you quickly realize there's tons of programs out there and you've only scratched the surface. Now, you barely have time to search, let alone evaluate all these options given your workload. And this gets compounded by the fact these programs look the same, sound the same, read the same, but vary significantly in cost. Now, if this sounds like you, I have a solution. And if you're nearly down this rabbit hole, please stop. Avoid these 6 mistakes to ensure you don't go down the wrong path in creating your roadmap to success. Number 1, super duper accelerators and learning gimmicks. Now, the material us authorized training partners, or ATPs, must use in all prep courses comes directly from PMI and cannot be altered nor modified. We all must teach from the same exact slide deck. Now, if you see courses offering some magical way to get you to pass the exam using excellent marketing tactics, then it's too good to be true. There is no substitute to actually teaching you this material. The questions are more scenario-based and less memorization-based compared to the previous exam. At the very least, your instructor needs 2 things. First, they need to know how to teach rather than just being a consultant or a PM that obtained a PMP and now wants to instruct PMP courses. Second, they need to have Agile in their background, as the exam is now 50% Agile. Make sure you look into the program's instructor and their respective background. No Agile, no bueno. No teaching experience, not worth it. Don't waste your time with people who simply read the slides. And if you don't know what's right for you, no worries. I'll tell you how to figure this out by the end of the video. Number 2, a small number of questions. Imagine yourself doing really well on the practice exams and getting high scores, only to fail. Believe me, it happens all the time where students learn answers to their mock exams and feel confident enough to take the real thing. Then, they're hit with questions they've never seen before in the real thing and they end up failing. Mastering a repeating cycle of questions will boost your confidence but won't help you pass. Avoid this by ensuring you pick a program with at least 1,080 questions, which is the equivalent of 6 unique full-length exams. Number 3, no application assistance. Imagine yourself doing well in practice exams, feeling prepared for the real thing, but you can't sit for the exam because your application wasn't accepted. Many people submit applications only to have them sent back due to errors or even worse, rejected. This is really important but often overlooked. Up to 40% of people experience the setbacks of a couple months dealing with audits and rejected applications, emailing, calling, snail mailing documents, and collecting signatures from past employers. You don't need this stress in your life. Look for companies that offer application assistance. It's sad hearing about people being audited or having their application rejected when a trained review could have saved them the hassle. Number 4, a boring instructor. So many students sit for a full day, falling asleep while the instructor speaks in monotone, simply reading the slides. If they don't know your industry, then they can't relate the material to your world, and you'll be sitting in a class listening to what sounds like a different language with all new terminology. Typically, you end up confused, worried everyone is annoyed with all your questions, if you're even asking, or worse, fighting to stay awake during the course and having to put in extra effort at home to study. Stay away from courses that don't offer background information on instructors, provide videos from live classes, or reviews from students discussing the instructor's ability to keep the classes engaged and entertained. Number 5, limitations to access. Life gets in the way, so does work. Sometimes things don't go as planned. You may not get to take the exam as soon as you wanted to, for whatever reason. So make sure you have access to study materials well beyond the date you plan to take, right? At the very least, you should have 1 year's access. Hundreds of students who weren't able to take their exams right away have come to me because they no longer have access to their previous study materials, wasting thousands of dollars. Avoid this by making sure you pick a program that provides you access time that's right for you. And if you don't know what's right for you, no worries, I'll tell you how to figure this out. So number 6, test-taking strategies that don't exist. None. Passing the exam is a combination of a third content knowledge, a third memory recall, and 1/3 test-taking strategies. If the program you're evaluating doesn't discuss question theory and multiple choice strategies, then you're cutting your chances of success by a third. Don't take this lightly. Make sure your instructor can teach you how to approach the questions, how to manage your time to the exam, and how to build your mental stamina to stay focused for 4 hours in addition to teaching you the content. That's why in my courses I teach counterintuitive methods that save you time and increases your chances of success, such as not aiming to answer every question correctly, or eliminating choices versus simply picking the one you think is right. I even teach how to pose the ultimate bribe to your family so you get more time to study. Now, avoiding these 6 mistakes I've mentioned are very important, but you need to complement them with a customized plan to make things as easy as possible. So think about it. The hours you have available each week determine your overall duration of study. Then the industry you work in, the company you work for, and the terminology you use all affect the concepts you need to focus on. What type of learner are you? Visual, auditory, kinesthetic? Will you have someone in your household who's going to be able to assist you? These are but a few of the questions you need to consider when developing your roadmap to pass. Now, during my tenure as president of PMI, I kept hearing about the stress students were under, struggling to choose the right courses and the right resources for their exam, just like I experienced. Now, my story looks like what I've described, sifting through countless options and wondering what was good and what wasn't, stressed out. Months passed. I'd yet to complete the required 35-hour program, so I ended up purchasing a boot camp, only to struggle staying awake most of the time. My instructor was retired, dry, and didn't want to be challenged or answer anyone's questions, and I ended up studying after for what felt like another 5 boot camps on my own. Now, I eventually took the exam and passed, and years later, when I began teaching PMBOK concepts, I analyzed the stories of over 16,000 PMs in our chapter, and it became clear that folks weren't being set up for individual success from the get-go. That needed to be changed, and that's what I focus on. Individual success. Individual. Now, I've developed a system that gives folks an outline specific to their journey and increases their chances of success the first time around. The first time. Now, my goal back then is the same as it is today. Increase the number of project managers in our field, and along the way, minimize the stress and confusion people experience getting certified. That's why I provide a free 15-minute quick strategy session where we talk about your journey thus far in project management. Now, during our conversation, I'll strategically tailor a roadmap for you to become PMP certified based on where you currently are in your journey. Now, this greatly reduces the stress and confusion that comes with outlining your plan. So when you're ready to become PMP certified, book your free quick strategy session so I can lay out your potential paths and outline the best one for you, saving you time and money and reducing stress while increasing your odds of passing the exam on the first try. Now, my desire is that in 15 minutes, you'll get what take you up to 18 hours to research. I want to keep you from following the brutal path I took as a student and give you the secrets I now know, having taught over 1,800 successful PMPs. Now, during the call, I'll discover if you should self-study, enroll in an online course, take one at a university, or attend a boot camp. There's no easy answers, and it depends on a combination of factors we'll cover. So book your spot using the calendar link below and unlock the secrets to passing your PMP exam stress-free and without confusions. So now you have 2 options. 1, you can do it on your own, risk researching endless and sometimes misleading information, and potentially spend thousands of dollars on a solution that's not right for you or you don't even need. But let's be honest, if you've watched up to this point, you probably know it's better to try and not reinvent the wheel. So let's dive right into the second option. Let me personally help you create a customized roadmap based on your industry and where you're at in your career so you can start a better journey with proven outcomes. Click on Book Your Session at the bottom, select the time that best suits you, and receive a calendar invite with reminders to outline your path. Please understand, I am human and I can't help everyone. If by the time you're ready I'm no longer available, please accept my sincere apologies because I do want to help as many people as I can. My guess is you want to pass your PMP exam on your first try with as little stress and confusion as possible and spend as little time and money as you can. This is your opportunity to do that. Click the button below and book your free session to get PMP certified. I'll see you on the call.